first on Guam. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. Cars Plus, Guam's automotive leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
Junk cars dumped on public property spanning hundreds of feet. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama speaking with concerned residents who want these eyesores gone.
Plus, heavy smoke caused by fire in the Guam Terrace Dededo has many in the area sheltering in place.
The NMI Board of Education discusses the increasing problem of food waste on school campuses. I'm Tomas Maglonia with the full story as they plan to improve the menu and encourage children to eat their meals.
Half a day and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz.
And I'm Mitsuki Hirayama. So glad you could join us.
Well, from Jigo to Dededo, junk cars are littering Chamorro Land Trust properties atop our sole water source.
That's right. Concerned residents are speaking up to shed light on the environmental health hazard and hoping these eyesores get cleaned up sooner than later.
As you can see behind me, we got all the junk cars, and this is only part. There's a lot more on the other side.
Junk vehicles line the roadside of a Jigo neighborhood as far as the eye can see, from Chalan Machete to Chalan Gotchay. Hundreds of feet of Chamorro Land Trust property turning into an illegal dump site in recent years.
Somebody has to do something about this thing.
Former Veteran Affairs Director Juan Blas is a Land Trust resident. He tells KUAM he reached out to the Jigo mayor and the CLTC, but nothing has been done.
The funny thing about this, we are standing on top of the Guam aquifer. The water lens is down here. So those vehicles that are illegally dumped there, who knows what kind of oil and gas and, dripping down.
It's a similar situation over on Swamp Road in Dededo, also atop our sole water source and again on CLTC property. These junk cars sparking the attention of Guam Fire Captain John Sablan.
Maybe you noticed on your way here, a lot of the cars are burned. So what we noticed, like trending, is that a vehicle would be dragged out to the side of the road, and then maybe the next day or that evening, somebody will light it on fire.
He shows us around Aurora Street, a hotspot for the Dededo Fire Station.
Yeah, over the past couple of years, Guam Fire Department has been dispatched to this particular area, and when we get here, it's just trash. Sometimes a car, sometimes it's new trash that's been dumped here.
He believes there are multiple people responsible, to include a distributor who dumped countless plastic bottle caps and burned the evidence the same day.
We're in communication with EPA, and they are aware of this particular site, and I believe they're working together with the mayor and the Chamorro Land Trust to figure out what to do with this, how we can stop this.
From Jigo to Dededo, it's a serious littering issue on CLTC property that Jigo Mayor Anthony Sanchez calls a funding problem. Each year under the Recycling Revolving Fund, $1 million is divided among the 19 villages to help with the cleanup, but he says disposal costs them about $400 per car. He tells KUAM he would need to get authorization from the CLTC to remove the junk cars, but says even then, their budget is not enough to tackle every car. But it should be noted, with a recently passed law, junk cars are now considered litter, and violators can be fined up to $8,000, which reimburses the Recycling Revolving Fund. KUAM also reached out to the CLTC for comment.
It was an hours-long operation for firefighters with the Guam Fire Department as flames took over an unoccupied structure in Dededo.
KUAM was on the scene as units worked to quell the incident and calm residents down in the area.
It was a hot afternoon on West Baba Court near Laguan Terrace in Dededo as an unoccupied home on fire sent heavy smoke billowing in the air. Units with the Guam Fire Department responding to a reported structure fire there around 1 o'clock Tuesday. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Area resident Catalina Ignacio was going about her day when she noticed something wasn't right.
Oh my God, I was so scared. Because at first, I was in the kitchen and nothing. I did not notice anything. And then I went inside my bedroom. And when I came out, oh my God, how come there's snow? Because it's all white. And then when I look at my right side, I saw the fire there. So I got scared. Oh my God, Lord, help.
Without a working phone, Ignacio running to her neighbors to call the fire department. She says relief washed over her when she saw GFD arrive.
And then when it was already almost out, I said, thank you so much, Lord. Thank you for helping me again.
Firefighters advising residents in the area to shelter in place, shut their windows, and turn off their air conditioning because of the heavy smoke. But many were outdoors looking on as GFD worked to extinguish the flames. Among them was the home's owner, Andres Tuazon. He tells KUAM that the house is without power and water and has been unoccupied for some time. It belongs to his mother, who has since passed. And while he adds he's grateful no one was injured, he contemplates what caused the fire as GFD investigates. Meanwhile, GFD spokesperson Lieutenant Nick Garrido sharing these fire safety tips with the community.
It's definitely been hot for, with the heat here. So one of the big things is avoid burning. If you do, you have to get a permit through the local fire station or your closest fire station. But more so, just kind of look out for each other. Also, those that are either burning, cooking, smoking cigarettes. So please be mindful of the areas around for where they may be burning or even cooking. Because if those things catch or if they're left unattended, then it could cause further damage.
Meantime, Garrido says students at Liguan Elementary School were also moved to another area of the campus for their safety.
A man charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct and complicity to commit first-degree criminal sexual conduct appeared for his arraignment Tuesday afternoon. Appearing before Magistrate Judge Benjamin Sison via Zoom, Mannix Frank Sangeni. He was appointed attorney Terry Timblin after Fred Harecki motioned to withdraw. As KUAM reported, Sangeni, along with Kason Andon, are accused in an alleged rape involving a girl known to them.
Court documents state the abuse occurred when the child was 12. The alleged victim pointed out Sangeni to authorities in a phone lineup. His hearing was continued until May 30 at 2 p.m. Well, 26-year-old Zachary Bio Fakag was charged with possession of child pornography as a second-degree felony after officers with the Guam Police Department found a video of it on his cell phone. According to court documents, a 16-year-old female told officers that she had a sexual relationship with Fakag.
Officers located Fakag and admitted recording he had the victim having sex. Officers were able to locate the video on his cell phone. He was booked and confined at the Department of Corrections prison.
Well, recently, an overzealous prison official hoping to move forward with an ongoing project at the Department of Corrections sent out a letter soliciting various construction materials and equipment from the Guam Contractors Association.
However, less than a day later, the official rescinded the letter after realizing as a line agency they are restricted from soliciting donations. Jonagan Charfaris has more.
I was surprised, because when it was brought to my attention, I had to immediately have Major Lazama rescind the letter, because the proper process of any kind of line agency or government of Guam were prohibited from sending out official letters of solicitation,
That is Department of Corrections Director Fred Bodalio responding to an incident that occurred last week where Major Mary Helen Lazama, who is serving as acting warden, sent out a solicitation letter to the Guam Contractors Association for a donation of construction materials like tin, tiles, and wood, and fixtures such as sinks, windows, and doors, to even electrical appliances like a washer and dryer and AC unit. The request is for a renovation project taking place in Post 18.
That place used to be occupied, right? Used to be occupied. It used to fit about 40 to 50 inmates or something like that, right? But again, like I said, from what I was informed of with the antiquated conditions of the facilities, it's not sort of like safe to occupy right now. So there's a lot of work that would be needed.
She writes, quote, It is almost a year, and we still did not receive any materials to make repairs. I am trying to find ways to raise money for these materials or equipment, but instead decided to solicit for donations that are used and salvageable to help our department.
She was, zealous and, and enthusiastic with supporting the warden's project that she wanted to do that, right?
Bordalio says the Post-18 project is one that Warden Alan Borja is overseeing, but is currently on leave. In response to the incident, Senator Chris Barnett, Public Safety Chair, provided a statement to KUAM. He says, "We fully funded the DOC budget request sent from Adelup to the legislature, so it's frustrating to see this request servicing at a time GovGuam's budget is bigger than it's ever been. Had this been included in the budget proposal for last fiscal year, we would have approved it. Frankly, it's embarrassing the prison has to go to these lengths to get help for a project this small." Bordalio commenting,
There wasn't anything specific, a line item or something specific that says all these funds are dedicated to Post-18. No, it's really broad in the budget.
In the meantime, he says the renovations of Post-18 will be an ongoing project as materials start to come in. Jonagan Charfris, KM News.
We'll be right back.
Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco isn't just a late-night taco. It's a seasoned and slow-roasted chicken taco that pairs nicely with the new avocado verde salsa at any time. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco, only at Taco Bell. The Cantina Chicken Burrito isn't just for late night, because it keeps it light with slow-roasted shredded chicken and finely shredded purple cabbage in a freshly grilled tortilla that's not shredded. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Burrito, only at Taco Bell.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. Help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
Last year, I learned that my baby Kaya had a serious medical condition. I needed to go off island for an emergency procedure. We needed a passport to get her to Manila. That would take weeks. I was devastated. I called the congressman's office. I want to thank the office of Congressman James Moylan because they were able to get Kaya's passport in a few days. Today, my baby is healthy and will soon be celebrating another birthday.
If you or your family need assistance with passports, please contact my office at 671-922-6673.
Welcome back to Primetime. The CNMI Board of Education discusses growing concerns over food waste on campuses amid student feedback about the quality of meals.
Regional correspondent Tomas Mangonia reports on the issue as some students only have 8 minutes to eat lunch.
There are a majority of students that don't eat their food, and it could be because it doesn't look appetizing. So perhaps there could be some improvement works in terms of looking at the school lunches.
There's a growing problem with food waste at CNMI public schools and single-use plastic products to serve the meals.
I've seen a lot. Stacks and stacks, they're just thrown away.
Public school system nutritionist Aaron Camacho said they are working on expanding to include a variety of locally sourced food. They're already working with farmers on Rhoda and Tinian.
Our challenge is finding one menu to meet everybody's needs.
They continue to do taste tests at different schools. The other issue is how that food is packaged. It's not just a matter of whether students eat or not, it's also a matter of time.
Currently at our elementary schools, we do it on a reusable tray, right? And that works at least to alleviate some of the plastic. We cannot do that for middle school. You have to remember that these kids have to go through lunch in 45 minutes. Hopwood alone, a child only has maybe 8 minutes? 15. No, sit down time to eat, and then in the next couple of minutes they have to put their food away for the next break to come in.
They're incorporating the feedback for next year's menu.
But we're trying to continually be innovative around that to make sure that we have healthy students and not healthy pigs and trash cans.
Tomas Manglonia, KUAM News, Saipan.
Thanks, Tomas. Well, the results are in for our Guam CHEC naming survey. Here's what more than 400 of you selected as your top 10 names from our list of 20. Guifi, meaning dream, got the most votes, followed by Sumnak, Sindalu, Linatla, Longet, Isa, Fuetsa, Mamis, Malak, and Ahani. Our partners at the CHEC Recovery Project will use these results to name Guam CHEC chicks amid their hopeful return to the wild. Watch our ongoing Flight of the CHEC series on YouTube now for our complete coverage of their efforts. Well, let there be light. The skate park in Sumaning was recently lit up, much to the delight of many skaters who frequent the spot after the generous installation of solar lights by Go Solar. Jonah Gincharfris shines the light on this story.
Skateboarders Clayton Duvall and Avery Taikenko, when it comes to the island's skateboarding community, both felt there was a common issue.
Lack of support, really. So Dededo Skate Park has lights, however, it's not the best. Sumaning Skate Park has no lights. And we realized that there's an issue. We all skate. We all share that common issue. And really it started off as a pipe dream, and we took it upon ourselves to maybe we should do something about it.
They took a negative situation, approached it with a positive attitude, and wanted to be more proactive about it.
I think the skaters as a community, we've kind of just realized that it's in our hands if we want to make some changes.
So Duval started to place calls to local businesses for any kind of assistance.
Wanju from Go Solar Guam, he liked our idea and he thought it was a good cause, and he said, I'll donate 6 lights. When I pitched it, I was just like, hey, would you like to give back to the community and, exchange for some social media coverage, and we'll put a big banner up, and he was like, he said, how many light posts do you have? And I said 6, and he goes, okay, we'll do 6.
As Duval puts it, it's local community, helping out others in the community, the skateboarding community.
It's kind of like our local music scene. Guam is a small island, but the local skater community. It's a small island, we have a lot of skateboarders.
One Saturday morning, Go Solar Guam made their way out to the Sumaning Skate Park with lights and lifts in tow. That same day, Taikenko put it out on social media that the lights were officially up and it was time to celebrate.
People showed up and we all waited. 6:45, the first light turned on and the whole park was cheering.
Yeah, wow, cheering.
And it was just one light, and then as the sun started to go down, started triggering more of the solar panels, all of them came on, and it was a glorious night. Everyone is super excited, and it's been that way since then.
To keep informed of the latest skateboarding events and check out a great digital repository of skateboarding on island, make sure to follow Guam Skate Network on Instagram. And the two using this opportunity for business outreach to help put Guam on the map as a skating hub.
And get a super legitimate skate park design and construction company to do it, it would make Guam a regional destination for tourists for skateboarding, which is the best skateboarders right now. I mean, they're just churning out of Japan, and it's so close to Japan, and we can build a skate park that it's summer all year long here, and I think a lot of people would come.
Jonah Gincharfris, KUAM News.
And now for a look at your world at home.
Here's the view captured from the beautiful Hyatt Regency Guam in Tumon.
Esta motuia onin casamento ni papel con niyo querida paya sa guahu Bayu es gayun hau nai ni papagi ata Zabay prometigi mena nas justota Na papel gay gifion mu todo tempo
Whether you call her abuela, nana, yaya, Gramps, Gigi, Mimi, or Granny, Grandma knows a sweet treat makes any meal special. So come to McDonald's and treat yourself to the Grandma McFlurry today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This racetrack has made it possible to make Guam, as mentioned, a center of the world. Racers from the States, racers from Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and so on brings everything together, brings us all together in this part of the world. And that is wonderful in itself.
Solid. Solid. Solid.
That early hour of the morning.
Solid. Solid. Oh yeah. Solid.
More than 40,000 people serve in the U.S. Coast Guard worldwide, and locally, 350 servicemen are devoted coasties. But one and only one has the honor of being named Best of the Best across the entire Coast Guard. And he's a familiar face, Chief Darren Perez.
I'm very pleased and honored to be here, and thank you for all the assembled folks here today to recognize Chief Petty Officer Perez as the Coast Guard 2023 Male Elite Athlete of the Year. For his involvement in the American Ninja Warrior program. And what you don't see on Darren is that he actually has suction cups that are permanently affixed to his hands.
Ever humble, the Chief says this honor is good for the military and a big leap forward, as he's known to do, for Guam athletes.
Getting our youth to stay out of trouble, right? That is the number one thing. And what better way to do that than to lead a life of health, fitness. Ninja Warrior is going to the Olympics. I'm president of a few committees here locally, and we are on a 5-year goal to try to get them to that, right? I'm a little behind, but I love a good challenge, and I really want to really spread that word for our youth.
The Chief heads up the recruiting office, telling the story of the Coast Guard and sharing the career opportunities with young Guamanians who have a calling to serve.
To be able to say that we've had someone who is recognized as the best in the Coast Guard at anything. We've had many of those over the last few years across the spectrum of operations and administration and everything else. This one's special.
And this is just the latest accomplishment to his legacy of breaking new ground for his island.
When I found out I received this, right, with the amount of talent we have here in Guam and throughout Micronesia, and the folks that are from this area that are in the Coast Guard, it was really a surprise to me to find out that I was the first person from Guam to ever receive this award, and only the third Pacific Islander. So that is such an honor.
You can talk to Chief Perez and his team if you have any questions about the Coast Guard at their new office at the Orlean Pacific Plaza in Tamuning across from Infusion. So, congrats, Chief, and as always, and to all your fellow Coasties, thank you for your service and for staying always ready.
To receive an award that characterizes them as the best at something, it's like, great, I'm glad. The real issue is that I took care of people, I took care of my crew, I saved lives, I went out and did the mission and brought everybody home. And you know, this is great to hang on a bulkhead and it's really important, but we're just moving on to the next thing because there's so much work to be done everywhere, particularly here in the region.
Welcome to Kmart, your 24-hour superstore since 1995. Always there for you day or night. At Kmart, we're committed to offering you an extensive selection of products at prices you won't find anywhere else. From the essential to the exceptional, our aisles are alive with possibility. Bloom with confidence, style, and savings this spring. Discover stylish clothing that fits your budget without compromising on quality. From trendy pieces to timeless classics, find the perfect look for every member of your family without spending a fortune. Then pamper yourself with our selection of essentials, from nourishing shampoos to rejuvenating beauty products and soaps. And let imagination soar with our selection of toys and games for kids of all ages. At Kmart, experience the thrill of discovery as you explore our aisles, filled with a variety of quality products that cater to your every need. From groceries to home goods to outdoor essentials, we are the ultimate one-stop shop. Dive into an unparalleled shopping experience where quality, variety, and savings await at every turn. Shop smart, save big at Kmart, your 24-hour superstore.
Introducing GTA Fiber. We're bringing our fiber connection from the neighborhood all the way to your home. Now you can get lightning fast speed of up to 1 gig and take your streaming, downloading, or gaming to the next level. Plus, you get our next-gen Plume Wi-Fi, so you can experience all that speed throughout your home. Built on Guam's most reliable network. Visit gta.net to see if fiber is available in your area. GTA Fiber. Nothing beats fiber.
Island Cancer Center has the only state-of-the-art Halcyon Linear Accelerator, providing radiation treatments in the Asia-Pacific region. We are excited to be back up and running after Typhoon Mauer. We have been providing the highest quality patient-centered care for 14 years and will continue to do so. Why? Because we love what we do. Island Cancer Center, our family treating your family. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 671-646-3363. Anna and Ben Johnson, owners of Carabao Brewing and GY671, teamed up to create the special IPA with proceeds from the sale benefiting the group.
Having a focus on the community was always something that we were really big about in the beginning. It's something that's been really big for me in every brewery I've worked at, and it's something that I think craft breweries really focus on. We like to be part of the community, right? We're not your big macro brands. We are part of the neighborhood, and we like to be that way. We love to be that way.
Along with supporting the efforts of the nonprofit veteran group and other veteran projects, the Johnsons have made it a point to assist other causes on island, such as pet and animal organizations and environmental efforts.
So one of our hop suppliers, Yakima Chief, they do a blend every year called the Veterans Blend, which is a bunch of veterans who get together and actually select these different hops, and then they make it available. They donate a portion of it, and then we always buy those hops, and then we like to pick a local charity to also donate.
This time around, GY671 is a lucky recipient.
They're an amazing local veterans charity, veterans group that focuses on mental health. So important these days.
Since the start of offering the Got Your 671 IPA, almost $1,000 has been raised.
It's been a wonderful opportunity to be able to showcase a locally made product to the military that come through. The tourism that is expanding, continuing to expand after COVID. So I'm so grateful to be part of that. And then being able to donate to these charities, all these nonprofits. I'm just really grateful to have that outlet, have the new spot so we can produce more, we can really get our name out there and get Guam's name out there in terms of craft beer.
Giving Every Tuesday is brought to you by J. Goodman, a happiness company.
Half a day, everybody. The Office of the Governor is inviting you and me and all of us to the 26th Micronesia Island Forum. There's going to be half a day all over the place, so make sure to check it out. It's on Monday, June 3rd through Wednesday, June 5th. Writing our history, determining our future is the theme for this year. It's also going to be streamed live for those of you who are in the States and just want a taste of home, so please make sure to make plans to check that out. May is Foster Care Awareness Month, and there's a lot of activities going on so that we can support, create awareness of, and continue to let people know how important foster care is in our community. And if you want to donate, and we certainly hope that you do, to the Angel Tree Donation Drive, here's the instructions. It's really, really easy to do. Stop by Kmart, and on behalf of all of us and our partners, thank you so much for making our foster care community as successful as it is. And if you are up in Tinian, you can learn how to take care of your diabetes. If you're a caretaker, please make sure to participate in the self-management education and support. It happens on Wednesdays this month from 3 to 4 at the Tinian Health Center. That is what we do on News Bites, give you the information so that we all can participate.
Thanks, Chase. Time now for birthday wishes.
Here's your Code Stone Creamery Birthday Club shoutouts, which you can submit on KUAM.com.
Happy birthday on the 21st of May to Peggy Padilla, and happy birthday to my wonderful wife, Peggy, mother and grandmother. We hope you have a wonderful day. We love and miss you, and God bless you with many more years to come from your Sablan and Padilla familias, your hubby, Jay, Jacia, Rico, Jen, and Kono, and our newest family member, Kohana Faye. Happy birthday also to CJ. CJ, your friends and family are wishing you the very best. And belated birthday wishes going out to Mahana Vigafria. Happy belated 17th birthday. We love you and thank God every day for the gift of you in our lives. Wishing you lots of happiness in the days ahead. Love Mom, Dad, and the entire family.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz.
And I'm Matsuki Hirayama. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Okie dokie, everybody. I get to play traffic cop, and I guess it's fitting that the NHL playoffs are happening right now because I'm also goalie, and I love soccer. I love hockey because my two favorite realtors in the world, Liz and Gina from Remax Diamond Realty, are sitting in their very, very nicely decorated offices, by the way. I must say that. And we are talking about something that is obviously a concern, ladies, to the both of you for a number of years now. And there seems to have been, I mean, can we call it, Gina, progress on this whole, nitrate and, inability to build on certain parts of the island? Is it progressive? Is it a roadblock? Is it give us some context?
Bill 175-37 is definitely progress. So that's Bill 175-37. It is a progress because it's finally been written. The legislature had a hearing on it already. We were there to testify. So it's out there. We just need Senator Sabina Perez's committee to push this bill out to the floor. And it was really sad. I logged on. They had the committee hearing last week, I believe, and it was not on the agenda, and that was really sad. And today I want to address her statement that she put out specifically regarding this bill 175-37. Myself and the members of the Guam Association of Realtors, we've been pushing to get this bill to move forward only because number one, it updates our septic tank system on Guam. It adds in type 4 facilities. And for anyone who wants to look this up, you can go online and you could look up type 4 septic tank facilities. And you're going to see that these systems reduce nitrate by 50%, in some cases more, but to be cost effective, Guam EPA agreed that if the law were written to put in type 4 facilities, they would accept the systems that would reduce the nitrate by 50%. And I kind of want to touch on Senator Perez's statement where she has on here, and we shared that as with it.
Let me bring that up again. Here we go.
Yes, please.
Yep. There we go.
That these systems these systems will serve to reduce the nitrates, will reduce some nitrate contamination. I think we need to be clear and put in her statement, it reduces nitrates by 50%. And that's I mean, that's huge compared to what we have now, in my opinion. And the other thing we need to be mindful of is nitrates come from naturally are produced in our environment. The decay of vegetation, the decay of leaves contribute to nitrate. Animals, chicken farms contribute, because the decay of that waste product contributes to nitrate.
Manure, as I understand it, also contributes to nitrate, I believe, right?
Yes, absolutely. Our golf courses, fertilizer contributes to nitrate. So, we have to also accept that this is a naturally occurring, it's a natural byproduct in our environment. So we cannot expect our septic tanks to reduce it 100%. It's not happening, not with this bill.
But the concern has always been, to be fair, Gina, like if we have those kind of like, decomposing materials, organic or vegetative or, whatever, and they get into the water table, that's a recipe for disaster. Right? I'm just saying, like, that's the theory, right?
That's the theory.
Right.
And if we read the report that WERI has come out with, they don't definitively point to septic tank systems. They say decaying vegetation, these farms, golf courses, and septic tanks, old sewer lines that are leaking, all of these things are contributing to the increase in nitrates in our water wells. But there are many other remedies. We cannot just look to the septic tanks to fix the problem. We also have to look to GWA installing filtration systems. She also put on her statement that PFAS, the PFAS contamination that is getting into the wells is an issue.
We've been reporting on the PFAS, concern like a little bit for the past few weeks too. Yeah.
Absolutely. But these septic tanks don't eliminate this. At the hearing with GWA present, GWA said the only way to get rid of this is to install treatment systems into the water well as part of the water wells. And they themselves said, but it's very restrictive because we don't have the funding to do that. So this is misleading to think that that the proper septic tank will get rid of this issue. It will not. GWA reported that the only way to get rid of this issue is to install treatment systems into the wells. So I think we need to not confuse the citizens of Guam by saying, well, this bill is going to address that. No, this bill cannot address that. The only way to address this is it's a separate issue, a separate conversation. GWA needs to address that by coming up with appropriating funding to install these treatment systems.
And Liz, I know you were saying the source of your concern and ultimately frustration with how this is going is, we get back to progress, as you said, that like there was a little bit of obviously like thought and then development of public policy towards this end and everything like that. But you were saying you felt as if like it's kind of like stymied now, right?
Yes, this has been a 2-3 year process. When Senator Biscoli first introduced this bill, just think about it. That's about 4 years ago. And we were documenting the dates and the times each time we went to public hearing, each time we got testimony. And of course, we've researched, and at one hearing, they even had experts, because just bear in mind, the nitrate system is utilized stateside, it's utilized in Hawaii, it's used all over. And they've proven that it does reduce the nitrates in our system. But again, I personally feel that in the beginning, prior to the last election, Senator Sabina Perez was working towards it. There was appearance that they were working to move the bill forward. And then after election, when she made it, then that was it. Nothing was done thereafter. And just think about it. We've got shortage of homes. People want to build. Permits are being denied. So for the people of Guam, what is the solution? This system is a solution to help our environment as well. And it's to help people build their homes. And, after the election, that was the last, and so we had to go to another senator, Senator Chris Duenas, to help us move this bill forward. We've been in touch with the different offices to get their support. Even the AG provided their input. So there was input on this bill. Just bear in mind, this bill, we've been working on this for many years. And now we're at a standstill because now there's statements that we need to do more research. How much more research do you want to do? How much more can the people suffer without being able to build their homes? So we're, personally, even John, my husband, he's a civil engineer. He knows the technical aspects. He's been testifying on what, in his opinion, because he handles this sort of systems, he gave his expert testimony that this is a solution. So why continue to sandbag the process? We need grassroots movement. We need to go down to the legislature. We need people who have been denied building permits, people who could not do anything with their property. I got to say this. She told one of the constituents, oh, just plant on it. Just do farming. His objective was to build for his daughter, who's an invalid. He wanted to take care of her. But to get the response from a senator to say, oh, just farm them, use it as green space. Is that a solution? When we've got a solution in one hand that we could effectuate and make things happen for the people. Gina and I get frustrated when people say, oh, you realtors, it's all about making money. No, this is not about making money. This is about the people and the people's ability to build their homes, especially in light of shortage of homes right now. Interest rates are up, everything is up. This is an ability to help people build their homes.
Okay, now let's speculate and how, quantifiably, how much could the market be impacted by this legislation or the lack of legislation? Could that affect the market going forward in the next 3 to 5 years?
Okay, Jay. So here's the deal about this bill. This bill really is only about introducing a new system for septic tanks. How this affects real estate, Liz and I have been doing real estate for over 30 years. So right now, the only people affected are people who received their land through probate. If you received your property through probate and you have less than half an acre, you are the only body of people that have been made to protect the water table, because you're the only one who can't get a building permit. Everybody else can use their property. So if my parents are alive and they subdivided their property and they gave me a 1/4 acre lot, I can go down there and get a building permit. So the way EPA is regulating this is the only people that have been forced to preserve our waterland table is decedent estate recipients. They're the only ones. Everybody else, so golf courses can continue to fertilize, farmers, and you know what? They should be able to. And farmers should be able to use their properties, but these are all contributors to nitrate, right?
Yeah, tell any self-respecting farmer that they're not able to fertilize their stuff, and they're going to say you're crazy. How am I supposed to run a farm?
But that's my point. Yeah. These are contributors to nitrate.
House to Home, presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
Do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Health Check is brought to you locally by Island Cancer Center.
Half a day, everybody. May, if you didn't know, is Mental Health Awareness Month, a very, very important time for our island community because mental health is a real thing. We've been talking about this for several years. I have James Cooper, nurse with the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center over there in Tamuning. So, James, half a day, my friend. Good to see you.
Half a day. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's talk about Mental Health Awareness Month and what types of activities and outreach typically takes place in that month.
Sure. So for the month, we've had outreaches and activities really since the beginning of the month, starting with the governor's proclamation signing, and that happened on May 3rd. We also, on May 9th, we had a big Children's Mental Health Awareness Week Jamboree, and that happened over at Skinner's Plaza, where we had several of our partner organizations and vendors join us to just promote children's wellness and to be able to just enjoy time with the kids. And then on May 16th, so just last week, we had Mental Health Action Day, where we were really encouraging everyone to take an hour that day to get involved in their own mental wellness. That included things like connecting with family and friends and just taking time out for themselves. And then finally, this Saturday, we've got the thing right, where are we? Right over here. So we've got our big Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Fair happening at the Micronesian Mall Center Court from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And I would say that is great for mental health. You have like the lovely flowers and you have the smiley faces and everything. And that kind of drives home the point because, I appreciate how you were talking about mental health in our youth. And these days, young people are aware that mental health is an important thing. But for parents, how do you actually marshal that message across to them and say, take an active part in your child's mental health? And what kind of questions do you recommend they ask?
Yeah, so I think first of all, it's very important for a parent to be involved in their child's life, and really approaching mental health for parents is really about knowing it starts with about knowing your child. So some questions that parents might ask really starts with being able to make some observations about their child. So it would be things like, do I notice any changes to how my child is eating or sleeping? Like, are they sleeping later or eating more than they typically do? It would be things like, are there any drastic changes to how they're doing, like in school or with their friends? Any kind of like friend relationship breakups or just starting to meet with new friends, that sort of thing. Are they suddenly spending time with different people? Or maybe they're not spending time with anyone at all. They're staying in their room or they're isolating even more. And then of course there's some of the bigger sign kind of things. Like, do you notice any signs of your child or youth doing things like using tobacco, vape, alcohol? Those things typically give off smells, or they have certain behaviors that are associated with those things. So really,
would that be indicative of maybe children using that as a coping mechanism or as some outlet?
Absolutely, and it's we see everything from children using that to fit in with their friends. So going back to who are they spending time with, but absolutely, it's a way for them to self-medicate and to try and deal with some stuff that they might be going through. But ultimately, parents want to be able to again know their child and ask these questions kind of in a non-judgmental way, so that they're not scaring their child from ever wanting to turn to them to talk about.
Health Check is brought to you locally by Island Cancer Center.
At Not Howie says Taco Bell only really hits after midnight, which is why I'm going to use the Cantina chicken menu to help him see the Taco Bell light.
Very juicy.
Hi. The food hits, right? Are you at Not Howie? Does it hit or does it not hit?
I'd say it hits.
Yeah, it does hit.
I can't lie.
Okay, but you did, maybe. The Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco isn't just for late night.
plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
How deep do Pizza Hut's roots run in the islands? Through all the decades, we know what you love. Great taste at an even better price. Like our large one-topping carry-out pizza for just $15.99. You choose your favorite topping, pepperoni, olives, sausage, or any other single topping. Our $15.99 large one-topping pizza. Order online and carry one out today. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
This racetrack has made it possible to make Guam, as mentioned, a center of the world. Racers from the States, racers from Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and so on brings everything together, brings us all together in this part of the world. And that is wonderful in itself.
We're showcasing the brilliant valedictorians and salutatorians of the class of 2024 in Guam and the CNMI on Head of the Class this June and July on KUAM News Primetime and our social media platforms. Learn about the awards, accolades, and the future ambitions of these exceptional students from the class of 2024. Congratulations, graduates! Head of the class of 2024 is proudly presented by Office Smart for all your craft and supply needs. Visit them at the Star Building in Upper Tumon today.
Are you ready for an unforgettable evening of fun and philanthropy? After a 7-year hiatus, Our Lady of Purification Catholic Church invites you to Red, White, and Brew. Mark your calendars for Thursday, May 23rd, as we transform our church grounds into a haven of taste and merriment from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Savor fine wines or craft beers, complemented by tantalizing poo-poos, delicacies, and artisan carvings while enjoying live entertainment by Joe Guam. Plus, win fantastic door prizes that will add an extra sparkle to your night. Tickets are $50 each. But here's an offer you can't miss. Buy 5 tickets and get 1 free. Every dollar raised will go towards Our Lady of Purification Catholic Church Parish Operations Fund, ensuring that our church can continue to serve and uplift our community in meaningful ways. For tickets and information, contact Francis Guerrero at 671-929-5094. Let's get together, raise our glasses, and create lasting memories while supporting the mission of Our Lady of Purification Catholic Church. See you there. This event is exclusively for age 21 and above. KUAM Care Force is partnering with Harvest House this foster care month to bring you A Parent's Calling, a series that brings awareness to the growing need for foster care parents and celebrates those who stepped up to the calling. Stay tuned for weekly posts on KUAM News Instagram, including opportunities to donate and more this May. A Parent's Calling is made possible by our community partner, Manang Pika. Be sure to visit their restaurant location at the ITC building, as a portion of your purchase will be donated to Harvest House.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.
Half a day, I'm Claire Calvo, bringing you your weekly renewal. Today, I am here with the wonderful Liv Marati, who is the founder of Eno Wellness. Welcome, Liv.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Okay, so I think the last time you were on was when you first, kind of like when you first came back and established Eno Wellness. And in that time, so much. You have done so much and you wear many hats. Can you just fill us in?
Yes.
Let us know, first of all, what you've been up to and what you've been organizing.
Yeah, so Eno Wellness just turned 4 this year, and it's changed a lot over the past couple years, adding and evolving, as you know. So right now, the main hats I wear is as a holistic health coach, and a yoga teacher, and a retreat host. And then we have our festival, Eno Well Fest, that is now on year 3.
Yay! And we're going to be there. Okay, so for those who are not sure, what is a holistic health coach?
Yes. So I would really lean on that word holistic being the main piece of it, and that is looking at the whole person.
Right.
We're looking at everything from food to movement, but also things like relationships, stress, home environment, and seeing how do we connect all the pieces of health and allow someone to really thrive. And it starts with even just making that shift of not just looking at health in one way and looking at the whole totality. Of health.
Okay, so how would that differ from like a life coach?
Yeah, so actually a lot of the work I do is it kind of fuses in between life and health, as you know with.
Well, you can't really separate it, right?
Exactly. So I would say, one of the main things I focus on in my programs is all around lifestyle change. So we look at things like healthy habits, we look at environment, but a piece of that is always looking at what is bringing a person joy, what's their kind of underlying purpose.
Yes.
So at that level, it is sort of, life and overall, connection to self, and then layering on how do you show up in everyday life, right? And how are those habits impacting the bigger picture?
Right, and of course that fits right in with being a yoga instructor as well, because you're saying you're also teaching yoga classes.
Yes, so I've been teaching since I got home, so now for going into 5 years. I teach twice a week now, and I do sound bath meditations as well. So I do bring a lot of that work into my coaching too, because there's so much in the body that we can learn, and that can come up to the surface when we start to get into movement, which all
Absolutely.
about. So I really do love bringing in movement and meditation, and all of that is inspired. Has inspired the programs that I have.
And so, tell us about the fest coming up. Like, what is it going to incorporate?
Yeah, so
everything that it'll entail.
It is a one-day event, and we pack a lot in that one day. So we have a wellness keynote. So I have 3 guest teachers that are coming in, one from Manila, one from Tokyo, and one from Saipan.
Nice.
So we have a guest yoga teacher coming in, someone that's going to be doing meditation, someone that's going to be doing more of a mindset workshop. And so we kick off the day with all those inspiring talks and keynotes, and then the guests have the opportunity to choose 2 breakout sessions, and they're all very interactive. So it could be a Pilates class, it could be a meditation, it could be yoga, it could be, we have 5 different breakouts that people can select from. So they go off and choose their breakouts, and then we have a lot of amazing vendors. So over 40 vendors, artists, creators, people that are popping up and showcasing what they do. We have some live entertainment and some artists as well. So it's just a really fun, high energy event. And it's one of the favorite things that I do is bringing together all these people for a really positive impact in the community.
Absolutely, and it makes such a huge impact, not just there, energetically, and it continues to expand throughout the island and ideally the world. So, and I know it's 8 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours?
Yes, it's 1 to 8 p.m. Past 2 years, we've always done it a little bit earlier, so it's been more of a daytime event. This is the first year that we're doing kind of day into night, which goes with our theme of illuminating your path. So we will definitely have that evening experience as well.
Beautiful. I'm excited. I'm excited to be there. And so I know you said you're having some guests come from off island. Are they going to be the ones who are going to break out into the different sessions, and people are going to be able to take with them specifically?
All 3 of the guest speakers will have their own breakouts.
Okay.
But then we also have, our co-host for the event is Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center. So they're going to be doing a breakout as well. So
Nice.
people will also have the opportunity. We have warm-up events leading up to the main event. So all throughout the month of June, we have about 5 warm-up events in the works right now that we're going to be announcing. And those are sort of mini experiences, and if people can't make the day, I know a lot of people travel in June, if they are able to make it to a warm-up event, they'll still get a taste of the experience.
And it's like a couple of hours?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And if anyone wants to join, how can they find out more? How can they register? How can they find out about the mini events?
INAWellfest.com.
Okay.
It has everything. INA, it has the tickets, it has the lineup, the breakouts, the vendors. That's sort of the one place for all of it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Simple enough. INAWellness.com. Thanks, Liv. Is there anything you would like to share before we close? Anything else?
Oh, I just want to say thank you for having me. I always look up to you. I know you've been doing the wellness thing here on Guam as a pioneer, so it's great to have synergy at the event and to always have your support too.
We're always excited to be there and support and be a part of the wellness community as well. Thank you. And thank you all. I'll see you next time on your Weekly Renewal.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.